Namaskar, this is Manoj Joshi. I have the pleasure to talk to you about different aspects of yoga and Vedanta which can help us to pass through this critical time where the whole world is under the grip of the coronavirus pandemic. So today is day 18th. Today I would like to talk about healing. What is healing? How does healing happen? What are the different methods of healing? And how we can heal our body, our mind, our spirit, how we can heal one another, how we can heal the planet. So and then after that we'll come back, we'll go to a little longer meditation today. So let's talk about healing. So as we all know, healing is the holistic aspect of getting to the best version of our own self. Like whatever way the nature had made us to start with, healthy body, healthy mind, good thoughts, good spirit, original condition. So restoring back to that original condition. In the manufacturing world, they call OEM quality, like original equipment of manufacturing. So you have to restore back to that original quality. And that is different than curing. In the healing science, when we talk about different modalities of healing, usually we refer to curing as suppressing some symptoms that you have. Like for example, if you have fever, if you take some medicine to lower down the temperature, to suppress the temperature, that's curing. But doing the real investigation, the root cause analysis, and finding out what exactly is causing this fever. Maybe there is an internal bleeding somewhere, maybe there is some different things that's happening inside. So without understanding the complete aspects of why this particular problem has happened, we will be only doing a superficial, symptomatical curing. But healing refers to a holistic aspect of it. What refers to going to the root, doing the root cause analysis and finding out what is the root and then how we can take care of that. Like this reminds me of a story of a person who had a well and a donkey. So it so happened that one day the donkey was just walking and accidentally it fell inside the well. So it tried many times, the farmer tried many times to bring that donkey out of it. But at some point of time, even the villagers suggested to him that you can't take the donkey out and you can't use the water also. So now you got only one choice: to fill that well with all the soil. So just kind of cover it up, make it unusable. So the farmers, listening to all the villagers, they started dumping different buckets of soil or shovels of soil inside the well. And the donkey was smart. The moment something will fall onto him, he will shake his body a little bit and then come up to the surface of the soil again. Again, they will pour more soil. The donkey will shake up a little bit, take off all the dust from its body, and then again rise up. Again, they will put few more buckets of soil. Without knowing what's happening inside, the donkey will shake off a little bit and then come up. So it went on for quite some time, and suddenly the level of the soil became very closer to the ground, and then the donkey came out. So this is the story that talks about no matter how much of this soil or the different problems that happens to our life, we have to learn how to shake off a little bit and then again come over that problem. So healing is something similar to that, shaking off of something that you have acquired through different transactions that have happened, that you have interacted with different people. Maybe you might have got some negative vibrations, negative vibes, We have gone to different places, maybe we have captured something, like right now we all know about that. You might have touched something, maybe there was a virus there, you might have been contaminated. To shake, maybe with some soap and water, maybe with some sanitizer, but shaking means getting out of the thing that might cause disease or sickness. So you have to learn how to shake off our physical body, shake off our mind, shake off our spirit, to get out of different aspects of the problem creating substances. Sometimes physical, sometimes emotional stuff that causes a lot of disease, mental issues that cause disease, emotional issues that cause disease. So we have to learn how to shake off. And sometimes you need different tools to shake off. Just like I talked about, soap and water, or different masks, say for example, you want to shake off. So many different ways we can learn how to use these tools and techniques to heal our body and mind and spirit in a holistic way. And what is holistic means? Holistic means physical health, mental health, emotional health, social health and spiritual health. This is the Panchakosha model. The yoga talks about we not only have a physical body, but within the physical body there is an energetic body, which is called the Pranamaya Kosha. And then there is a mind body, the thought, then the intelligence, and then the blissful body, the spiritual body. So if the problem happens, maybe sometime much earlier, it might have attacked our spiritual body. We might not have noticed it. Then slowly it might have crept into the intellectual body. Suddenly we have some problems with our thinking, the rationalizing. And slowly it might contaminate our mind. Our thoughts are distorted. We can't think clearly. We're not happy. We can't sleep in the night. Then it might attack your pranic body. You feel very lethargic all the day. You have fatigue syndrome. You have very weakness all around. And then suddenly you feel there is a problem in the liver, or there is a problem in the lungs, or there is a problem on your skin, somewhere else in the body, physical level. So holistic healing means healing the spiritual body, healing the intellectual body, healing the mind, healing the prana, and healing the body. In yoga, we use specific terms like this body, mind and spirit. The inner mind, the subtle body, is called antakarana, like an inner instrument. And that has got 4 components of it: mana, buddhi, chitta and ahankara. So we will go to that aspect a little later. Today I am just talking about, in brief, what are the different healing modalities and what actually healing comprises of. Likewise, yogis talk about different chakra healing. Like there are different energy centers in our body. Like there is a base chakra, root chakra, there is a second chakra, Swadhisthana chakra, there is a Manipura chakra, heart center, the throat chakra, the Visuddhi, Agya chakra in between the 2 eyebrows, and the Sahasrara chakra on the top of the head. And all the different chakras or the energy centers have got different attributes. They also draw the energy from different elements. So different elements also can be healed. That's called Pancha Mahabhut Shuddhi Kriya. Pancha Mahabhut means we have earth element, water element, fire element, air element, and space element. Prithvi Tattva, Jala Tattva, Agni Tattva, Vayu Tattva, and Akasha Tattva. So these are all the 5 elements which constantly coming into our body through every breath that we take. It creating different kind of chemicals, different hormones, different parts of our body, bones and flesh and different cells and tissues, all the different things that we are made up of are constantly getting created. So if there are impurities in those 5 elements, then we need to do some healing work on them. Ayurveda talks about 3 dosha, Vata, Pitta and Kapha, so which are also derivative of these 5 elements. The water and earth makes the Kapha, the heat makes the Pitta, and the air makes the Vata. Different fruits, different climates, different places have got different attributes. So naturally when you interact with the world, different objects, different people, so all these elemental components of our body, mind and spirit, they get contaminated. So from time to time we have to learn how to shake off those elements and take them out. We have something called 7 secrets to personal excellence. At Wellness by All Means, we teach 7 secrets. The first secret is stretch. Stretch your body, open it up, expose it to a lot of blood circulation. So every cell becomes more healthier by getting proper nourishment through proper stretching. Every joints have to open up so that all the synovium fluids gets recycled. The impure blood gets collected by the veins and comes to the heart. The lungs work properly to purify them by oxygenating them, and the arteries carry the pure blood from the heart to all the different cells and tissues. So that is why stretching is very important. After you do the stretching, you have to do some breath work, because once the body is open up, then you have to feed them with subtle pranic life force or the life force energy. Your vital body gets more healthier with pranayama practice. Then you have to talk about nourishing our body with right food. As I talked about Vata, Pitta and Kapha, there are also Sattva, Raja and Tama, the 3 gunas: Sattvic food, Tamasic food, Rajasic food. They are all different qualities or different attributes of the food that we eat. So we have to evaluate what kind of food is good for what profession I mean. So depending on several factors, you have to determine what food will be good for you. How we eat, that is also very important. Ayurveda talks about many different methods of eating, how much of the hydration factor. So all those things are part of the healing process. Then you have to learn how to cleanse the body, how to cleanse the mind, how to cleanse the emotion. Emotional cleansing is called catharsis. How to cleanse your spirit. Spiritual healing is all about cleansing of the karmic impressions that you may have over a period of time across many lives. So there are different techniques of past life regression therapy, future life projection therapy. Those are all modalities of healing. Then you have to learn relaxing techniques. How to relax in 10 minutes time, how to relax for a little longer time, how to sleep well in the night. There are different techniques of relaxation which is primarily covered under the program of Yoga Nidras. Then you have to learn how to heal. Prana Shakti healing, Reiki healing, Pneuma touch healing. There are different healing modalities. So you have to learn those techniques and try to apply that to different parts of your body, different parts of your emotion. Either you can do a self-healing or go to healer and get your body, mind and spirit healed using those special techniques of Prana Shakti healing or Reiki. Then you have to learn how to meditate, how to be mindful, how to take the mind and expose it to healing vibrations by connecting it to the pure consciousness, that infinite intelligence, which we have been doing it every day as a part of this talk. So stretching, breathing, nourishing, cleansing, relaxing, healing and meditating. So all the 7 secrets can be a part of healing. So if you look at the scripture, the Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, mentions about healing in 3 particular categories, 3 distinct ways how healing happens. And it gives reference of different animals to illustrate how the healing happens. First, it talks about the fish. The fish represents the healing through look. Your eyes play a major role in healing. So it talks about like when the fish lay eggs in the water, there is no definite place to keep the eggs to hatch because the water is flowing, it's all around water. So in that case, the mother fish looks with her bright, rounded eyes at those eggs, and through her look, the healing happens, and the small tiny eggs, they hatch and become small fish. So that's an example of how through healing, how through eyes or through looking, you can get healing. With a compassionate look, like a mother looks at the baby with so much of love, with so much of affection, the healing happens. Then the second one, the scripture talks about the healing through touch. And it gives examples of the birds. When the birds lay eggs, they sit on top of it to warm them up, to allow that hatching process by the touch. The penguins are known to sit on the top of their eggs for 3 months to help the baby penguin come out of the eggs. When you refer to touching, it just doesn't mean the physical touch. Sometimes it means mental touch, emotional touch. Like in our context, when you see someone doing something spectacular for you, going out of the way, we use this phrase, "Oh, I'm touched, I'm moved." Like, so that touch could be something going out of the way to help somebody, touching the emotion, touching the spirit. So all this context that we are talking about is not just in the physical level. It can extend or transcend into vital level, or even mind or intellectual level, or even spiritual level. So the healing happens through look, as the fish do. Healing happens through the touch, as the birds do. And now, the third component of healing, or third way of healing the scripture talks about, is through contemplation. And to illustrate this one, the scripture talks about the example of turtles. So when the sea turtles come to the shore and then go to the different groups and lay hundreds of eggs, and obviously they cannot stay to look at the eggs, neither they can touch the eggs, because they have to come back to the water. So in that process, they use the third faculty of healing. That's called contemplation, thinking about the eggs. So the turtles know how to think and meditate on the eggs. That deeper contemplation can also induce healing, and the turtles come out. So if you think about all these three methods, look, touch, and feel and contemplate, think. So that means we have to use all these instruments given to us properly, because all the instruments given to us by the nature, the body, the mind, the intelligence, they're all very powerful equipments. So every word that we speak, every thought that we think, every action that we do could be instruments of healing. To illustrate this, let me just give a story. This is the story of Kalpataru. This is an imaginary tree which has the power of fulfilling any wish that you may have. So the story goes like, a man was hunting in the forest, and after doing several hours of work, he got tired. And he found a beautiful looking tree and came under it. And because he was so tired, he thought, "Oh, I wish there is a cool glass of water." And behold, immediately a cool glass of water appeared before him, and he drank that water. And he was hungry. So after the thirst was taken out, he thought, "I wish there was a good meal, a sumptuous meal that I could enjoy right now. I'm so hungry." And suddenly a plate full of food appeared to him, and he became so happy to eat everything. All his favorite food were given there. And then he wished, "I wish there was a little bed there, and then I could relax for some time. I am already filled with my food, and I have already quenched my thirst. Now is the time to relax a little bit." And the bed was ready right on his side, and just about to relax on the bed, and suddenly a thought came to his mind. What if a tiger comes? And suddenly a big tiger came and then ate him. So the mind has got the power to heal or to kill. So we have to be very, very careful with this powerful instrument, the mind. So that's why we practice something called desire, dream, and drive. Something happens at an intellectual level, something happens at a mental level, something happens at a physical level, But if you have doubts about it, then nothing will work. So, friends, in this time of challenge, let's try to use these different stories that we are learning, different concepts, different ideas that we are collecting together. Let's try to put them together into a healing meditation today. So please find a suitable spot, and even if you are watching this video later, you can do this one. Just about 10 minutes, we will do a meditation to heal the planet. So keep your back straight and upright, and I would recommend if you can keep your eyes closed. Naturally, you will stop all the distractions to your mind, and you immediately will go to alpha state of consciousness. You go to a trance state just by closing the eyes. So let's practice. As usual, we have to have a goal setting session. So let's bring both the palms together and then set an intention for this meditation. Our intention has been for all these days, I'm totally healthy. That means physical, mental, emotional, social and spiritual health. I'm truly happy beyond the conditional boundaries of things and beings, relations and possessions, or true happiness, which is an intrinsic nature of my personality. And then we are building a stronger immune system at a physical level, mental level, emotional level, even at spiritual level, so that every component of our body and the whole body and the other parts of our being like mind and spirit also get healed completely with a proper immune system. So let's set that intention. Keep your eyes closed. Try to remind yourself of your personal resolve. I'm totally healthy. I'm truly happy. And I am building up a stronger immune system. Think about contemplating, having a feeling is very important. So create a positive feeling in your heart about your goal. And let's raise both the hands up. Keep your palms open, eyes closed, facing to the sky in a state of complete surrender. As if you're going to download the cosmic energy through our fingertips that will pass through all the 5 bodies that you have. Physical body, pranic body, mind body, intellectual body, and the blissful body. That's how we chant 5 Oms. So breathe in. Now gently bring your palms down to your lap in whatever way, either you can mudra, chin and thumb together, or you can just cross your fingers and just stay there. You can keep your chin up gently and eyes closed. As you take a couple of mindful breaths, settle down with a stable body, still body. Let the breath flow naturally. Comfortably breathe in and take a little deeper out breath, and both breath in and out are happening through the nose. Let the mouth be shut. Very slowly breathe in and deeply breathe out. Try to become aware of the cool oxygen that's touching your nostrils as you breathe in, and become aware of the warm carbon dioxide that's coming out of your nostrils as you breathe out. So cool oxygen as you breathe in, and warm carbon dioxide as you breathe out. Notice how your mind is calming down. With a simple posture like this, eyes closed, and the awareness of the breath is bringing our mind to a calm and peaceful state. Now bring your focus into your heart center, the center of your chest. Just think about the heart as a source of distributing the life force that we are creating through this meditation. There is a symbol of Om in your heart. Or you can think about just a tiny radiant light present in your heart, and you try to focus on that. And as you make your intent a little bit more focused, more clear, you'll generate more prana shakti, or the life force, the source of everything, the elemental energy behind healing. As we focus more and more in the heart center, this prana shakti in the form of a healing light, a white light, is spreading around along with your blood circulation. See, now we are trying to make use of the natural process that is happening in our body. Breath is automatically happening. The heartbeat is automatically happening. The blood circulation happening, impure bloods coming, getting purified, and getting distributed to all parts of our body. So we are just having a divine interference of adding this prana shakti into the heart in the form of a white light, and let this light spread around the whole body. Take some time to breathe in and out mindfully, and allow the healing light to glow all around your body, all within your body. Allow this white light to balance the 5 elements: the earth element, water element, fire, air and space, Pancha Mahabhut. Allow this white light to penetrate through all the different energy centers in our body, the different chakras. The Muladhara chakra, base of the spine, the Swadhisthana chakra, the solar plexus of the Manipura chakra, the heart center, Anahata chakra, the throat center, Visuddhi chakra, the Agnya chakra, the command center in between the 2 eyebrows, the 3rd eye, and finally the crown chakra on the top of the head. Now allow this light to move out from the crown chakra all around your body. From left to right, make a circle around yourself to create a healing light Once you're fully satisfied that your body is totally filled up with this light, like a shield around your body, try to stretch your imagination and then stretch this light to connect to everyone around you, all your loved ones, all those people that you are taking care of, all those people that you have known in this life, friends, colleagues, neighbors. Different places that comes to your mind. Allow that healing light to move around, to spread around, to cover up everything, every being, and the beautiful Mother Earth completely surrounded with this white light. All the mountains and rivers getting purified and healed. All the land and the forest getting purified and healed. Allow all those animals, birds, fish, some seen, some unseen, the microbes, the bacteria and viruses, who are also friendly in nature. Let the entire planet get healed with this light that is starting from your heart. And the more we feel for the entire planet, the more compassion we can create in our heart, the more love, more trust, and contemplate on all those beautiful things that life offers to experience. Notice the more we think about others, including the planet, a deeper satisfaction happens in our heart. We feel good that we are capable of taking care of not only our own self, but others. What goes around comes around. We give and we take. Just stretch your imagination and enjoy the beauty of the nature with this calmness and serenity that the whole world is experiencing right now. The nature is healing itself. Mother Earth is healing itself. And all the spiritual masters are purifying the human consciousness. Just like we install a software by bringing a standby mode, by switching off different competing processes. Likewise, there is a deeper spiritual operation happening at this time of transformation, and we are allowing that transformation to happen in our hearts and minds. Let this healing continue even when we don't meditate. our thoughts, our words, and our deeds, every one of them, anywhere and everywhere, carry forth this light of healing. May we all share a common vision, a common goal of a sustainable life and prosperity, not based on individual greed, but based on the need of humanity. Caring and sharing attitude, trust and love, and those are the instruments of healing. Let's bring a sense of gratitude for this wonderful moment that we have created for each other, the space that we have created, a sacred space within our own self, within our own mind. Anytime and every time you feel unsure, insecure, little bit of fear comes in, always intend to come inside this space, the sacred space, where you can build trust for yourself. You can build confidence inside that every cell, every tissue in your body are well equipped to take care of themselves. Now let's bring back both the palms together, experiencing that samasthiti, a beautiful state of mind, a relaxed state of mind, a calm and peaceful state of mind, and a heart filled with love and compassion for one another. Let's complete this meditation with a peace prayer. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May everyone in this universe be happy and safe. May everyone see things auspiciously, goodness in others, heal one another. May there be no discord, no disharmony, no grief, no miseries with anyone. May there be peace. Oh, peace, peace, peace. Thank you very much for a wonderful time. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay healed.